What is good, everyone? Coming at you with another episode on YouTube of Madden. Gonna go ahead and stop in the day. Gonna take kind of a left turn on everything that I've been doing. Today will be kind of an event, but I'm gonna go over my top 10 problems with Madden 20 that they need to fix for Madden 21. Remember, guys, if you guys do like this content, please like and subscribe to the video and look at more of our content, guys. Trying to put out the best we want. If you guys do want anything, go ahead and comment down below. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. This is in no specific order except for the first thing I'm going to talk about. The first thing on my list, which is obviously for me number one, is X Factors. I think they just need to be rid of X Factors. It needs to just go away. I hate them. They're not realistic at all, guys. I mean, if you have a, I don't know, Jamaal or Julius Peppers with unstoppable force, and he gets like 2 sacks, all of a sudden he just becomes God, and nobody can guard him, and nobody can play him, and it's really annoying. And next thing you know, you're just stuck, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it really sucks. And I mean, it's just not realistic. I mean, Madden is trying to, EA is trying to replicate 2K's version of Team Takeover. That's what they're trying to do, guys. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. And I'm sorry, if Luke Kuechly gets a pick, he doesn't all of a sudden become Jesus on the field that can fly everywhere and pick off anything thrown in his general direction. So yeah, I think that's definitely number one. I like the idea at first. I thought it was neat. It's not, going down the road and you have players that are just absolutely overpowered because of it, and it just ruins the game, really. I mean, you go against Jamaal Adams, and he gets that X factor, and all of a sudden you can't run the ball no more, because if you do and he hits you, you're just gonna guaranteed fumble. Doesn't matter what running back you have. Doesn't matter if you hit R1 to cover ball. It does not matter. You're gonna fumble every single hit stick, and he has enforcer on him, so it's a guaranteed hit stick, and you can't juke him out if you put the proper stuff on him. You can't juke him out, and it's just way too overpowered, guys. I can't stand it. It leaves too much. You have all these great players, and it just gets negated because of one guy. Really? I mean, like, look at my team. I have Dion's a Hall of Famer. Peppers will be a Hall of Famer. Mean Joe Green and Warren Sapp's are Hall of Famer. Rod Woodson, Ed Reed, not Pat Tillman. Rod Woodson, Ed Reed, Palomalu, Ted Hendricks, Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Luke Kuechly. They'll all be Hall of Famers, or they already all in the Hall of Fame. Same thing with offense. I mean, you got Joe Thomas, who'll be a Hall of Famer. Randall McDaniel, David DeCastro, Rand Deerdorf, Antonio Gates, Torrey Holt, I believe, is in the Hall of Fame now. Adrian Peterson will be on the Hall of Fame. Calvin Johnson will be in the Hall of Fame. Russell Wilson will be in the Hall of Fame. And really, but you have some guy on defense, I don't know, Troy Polamalu, who is a Hall of Famer, don't get me wrong. Obviously he is, but and he was an amazing player. But you get him, and you get his X Factor, and let's say you just have, I don't know, where he hit sticks anybody, and it's just automatically a fumble. Enforcement. All of a sudden, that negates everything you have. Saquon Barkley, who has never fumbled in his career, and if he has, it's only been like once or twice, automatically will fumble the ball every single time, guys. It's ridiculous. I can't stand it. It really irritates me. So I just hope they be rid of it. Coming in at number 2, I don't know why my players are all of a sudden not loading. This is getting very annoying. Is wide receivers not being able to catch the ball. I've had a huge problem with this year, guys, is that doesn't matter what their stats are, they cannot catch the ball. And this also plays in, I'm going to tie this in together with it, since this is a top 10, I'm going to tie this in with this one, is possession catch. Guys, just because you possession catch does not mean it's a guaranteed catch. I mean, it's insane. You hit X, or for Xbox it's A, and you guaranteed have just caught the ball. It's so annoying. And unless you have to time it absolutely perfect, and it's almost impossible to do it, because usually even if you do, they already have caught the ball, and you just kind of lay on them and they fall down and do this weird animation where it looks like they're tripping. But yeah, I mean, and if you try to do a aggressive catch, you're not going to catch it. If you try to do a run while catching it, unless you're wide open, guys, you're not catching the ball. If you even hear footsteps, it seems like your wide receiver's missing. I mean, I got 98 Calvin Johnson, I got 95 DK, which I do understand why he would drop the ball when he gets hit. He is a lower overall. Torrey Holt, Chris Godwin. I mean, you got guys that have 98, 99 catching, and they can't catch the ball to save their lives. I mean, it just doesn't matter what you have. They're just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, guys. If you guys are experiencing anything different, remember, if you guys do disagree or have anything else, please leave in the comments below. But going on to number 3, quarterback fumbles. Nobody disagrees with me on this one. I know this for a fact. Lamar Jackson has fumbled, I think, 2 or 3 times in his entire career, and this man fumbles at the sound of footsteps. Like, it's just so irritating to me that a guy can get hit at the legs and he fumbles the ball in front of him. Like, what? Like, I get it. You have Peyton Manning and you run up and you get smacked by Brian Dawkins. Yes, Peyton Manning is going to fumble that ball. He will, guaranteed. I get he's going to fumble that ball. And I'm also going to tie into this one with quarterback fumbles is the slide. If you are sliding, like once he starts to go down, he's about halfway down, I understand you should not be getting hit. They don't want to promote, dirty hits and stuff like that, which I do agree with. I am a football player myself, so I do agree with that. But as far as like if he's still standing and he's just starting to drop down, he's impossible to hit. He's just impossible to hit. I think once he gets about halfway down, he should be impossible to hit, and they shouldn't, you should just glitch right through him or, just go over top of him. I get that. But if he's still dropping down, like he hasn't even started to drop down yet, he's just kind of stuck his feet out, yeah, he should get clobbered. He's not on the ground yet. I don't understand why they make quarterbacks immune. I don't know if that was to counteract this whole fumble issue, but I mean, you can have a quarterback with 94, 95 carrying, and he gets smacked. I mean, he gets smacked at the ankles, fumbles the ball, gets conservative tackled, fumbles the ball. I get hit sticks. If you get hit head on by a safety or a linebacker, yes, I agree they should fumble. If you get absolutely crushed, yes, you should fumble. I have no problems with that. Don't get that twisted, guys. I do have no issues with that. I do have issues when it's just you get toe tackled and you're just losing the ball, or you get hit out of bounds and the guy fumbles and your quarterback kicks it back in bounds when he was already going out of bounds, and it just happens to land right outside, and they pick it up and they run out of bounds immediately. It's so annoying, guys. It just irritates me. Going on to the next one, I have this in no specific order. I didn't really organize it, but next is the defensive player speed boost when you throw the ball. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as much as I have, guys. I've played a lot of seasons in Weekend League. I have noticed when you play against a real person, for some reason, when you throw the ball to someone, they'll be behind you, you'll have them beat by a step or two, and all of a sudden they just get this magical speed boost, and they can pick off the ball so easily. It's really irritating. I'm also going to tie into this one, defensive pick animations. It's really annoying. Actually, you know what? I was going to incorporate that in the next one. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But that speed boost does lead to more picks, and it's just insane. Like, he'll be beat by a step, and when you're a wide receiver against a corner and you haven't beat by a step, and you're running a post, and he's a step behind you, he's not going to catch back up unless he is just so much faster than you. If he doesn't have +3 speed on the guy, he should not be catching him. I mean, these are NFL athletes. They should not be getting beat when they're a step or even 2 steps ahead. I've had guys that are 3 or 4 steps ahead get the speed boost put on them and then just absolutely picks up. I mean, it happens for me too. I'm not saying this stuff has not happened for my personal benefit. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like when I get beat and my guy gets a speed boost and picks it off. I'm like, that's not realistic. That guy burnt my guy. He should be rewarded with a touchdown or a first down, not a pick, because the game's being weird. So, yeah, that does irritate me, guys. So going on to the next one is defensive players' movement, especially with lurker on user players. I use Luke Kuechly a lot, guys. He's really powerful. He's fast. He's not incredibly fast. He's not like a Ray Lewis or Ryan Shazier, but he is fast, guys, and I like Luke Kuechly. He's one of my favorite players of all time. So I do use him. And at the time, he was like the best middle linebacker in the game. So And you guys will know this when, let's say you're running straight down at full speed and the quarterback throws it to a guy behind you. You can switch, you can run backwards and not lose any speed. Like, you don't have to step your foot into the ground, or you can change directions. People can change directions without losing any speed, and you get picked off. Because you're sitting there, you have a route going left, he's going full speed to the right, he throws the ball, automatically changes directions, and you get picked off. It's impossible. Users are too overpowered in this game. It's so annoying, and it gets so irritating, and I mean, you're throwing picks that you know you shouldn't have got, and they sometimes even get the speed boost with it that I mentioned before. So it's really annoying, guys. Going on to the next one is cheese blitzing. I know some of you might even run this, and if you do, I can't fault you. I mean, if EA is going to allow people to just cheese blitz and just get away with it, and allow people to just do that over and over and over again and get sacks and fumbles every play, I've thought about going into myself, but I just can't come to grips with being a player that plays like that. I want to play a football game. I don't want to play a cheese game where I just finesse the system. I want to play an actual game, and I love beating people at cheese blitz and just rubbing it into their face because you are trying to take advantage of the system. But if you are doing it, I can't fault you at that same point because you're in it to win. You're not in it to play for the other guy. So I don't mind it. I have friends that run it, and I respect them, and I've beaten them, but it's just really difficult, and I feel like it needs to be nerfed. There needs to be ways that are obviously easy to beat it. I mean, if you are blitzing 7 guys, you should be able to have somebody open, but no. You user one of the guys that are in the zone, you pick off the ball every time, or you automatically get sacked. So annoying. So next is running backs not blocking. If you have a running back on block and a guy comes right up the middle, 9 times out of 10 I've noticed the running back is not going to block him. Or if you have a guy coming off the edge, he is not going to block him. And I don't understand why. I mean, it's just like you have a free guy coming off the right side. The running back's looking right at him and just goes, I should probably block him. Nah. And your quarterback just gets crushed, and you're expecting him to block because you automatically expect him to block. You have an extra blocker right there, pick him up, or at least like underleg swipe him. One of the guys that was really good at that was Jamaal Charles back in the day with the Chiefs. He hurt some people doing it, but it was legal, so he did it. Was it where he just cut blocked them, or just chop blocked them, not cut block, chop blocked them, and just did it in the backfield. And that's what I think running backs should do. I don't think they should hit every time. Sometimes they do miss, which does allow the defensive player to keep going, but he usually stumbles a little bit because he had to jump over him or jump to the side. But 9 times out of 10, guys, running backs do not block. I mean, they just let the guy run right by it. It really irritates me. So next is offensive linemen can't block. This is kind of the same concept with, I have 99 Randall McDaniel. If there's a blitzer coming off the right side, and he runs all around to the left side, for some reason, your linemen don't pick it up. And especially the center. I have a 97, and he doesn't pick up any blitzes. He does not pick up anything. I don't understand why. Maybe I'm running something wrong. Maybe I need to change my blocking scheme. I don't know, guys. And like, let's say you're running downfield, and there's a guy that is about to tackle you, but there's a lineman in the way of you. He'll just let him run right by. And I don't understand. I mean, you're an offensive lineman. You're going to hit people. You want to block the guy in front of you. So, yeah, it really irritates me. That also comes into effects with kickoffs. People don't block in kickoffs. You're pretty much a one-man show. That's why you always have to avoid like 5 guys in order to get a touchdown. I mean, usually on a kickoff, if you avoid 1 or 2 people, you're golden. You're going to the house. But no, you have 99, Deion Sanders, and he has to avoid 6 guys just to even have a chance at getting in the 50-yard line. So it's insane to me. Nobody ever blocks, especially the 2 guys that line up in front of you. They never block anybody, and if they do, it's really bad. And half of your front line guys don't block anyone, so it's really, really annoying. Next is wheel routes and corner routes. I know we've all been victims of this, and we all sometimes use it. I do not cheese people with it. I have had games where people do it to me, so I just repeatedly do it to them. But there are some plays where you run this wheel route with this post combination, and you're wide open every time. Unless the person uses the safety or the corner, you are going to be guaranteed open. It is on the Saints playbook. I might end up making a video on how to do it. But you run this little tiny wheel route towards the out of bounds marker, and as long as your guy doesn't step out of bounds or your quarterback doesn't throw it out of bounds, it's a guaranteed touchdown. I mean, it is a one-play touchdown by the book, unless you're at like the 10-yard line and the guy happens to catch you at like your 10, you're pretty much scoring an instant touchdown every play. And usually the person does catch on and they run like some sort of cover 3 and they man-to-man the guy and they usually adjust. But sometimes you just don't know what to do, and you can become very oblivious on what the heck to do, and you can run it on both sides sometimes. I mean, I know there are plays where you have like this underneath route, and if you can just throw the underneath route for an extra 10 yards, I mean, it's just insane to me, guys. And corner routes, don't even get me started with them. It seems like safeties and corners are they just become third graders. I mean, they don't know how to cover anything, and all of a sudden your guy's just open by 20 yards running the corner route. Not realistic, guys. If you have a safety and he sees a guy's going for a corner route, he's not just going to watch him catch the ball. He's going to go attack. So, yeah. Next is man-to-man coverage. Oh, God, it's so bad, guys. Man-to-man coverage, it's useless in this game. Might as well not even run it. Unless you're blitzing everything and you're just praying that you get a sack, man-to-man coverage does not work. I mean, there are some man-to-man coverages where you can set up, but you have to control someone and you have to do all this extra stuff. But in general, if you hit man-to-man, you're going to get burnt 10 times out of 10. I mean, someone is going to get burnt somewhere. And usually your safeties don't do anything, and if you use your safety, you're going to move them into the wrong spot. It's just really annoying, guys. I would say, though, I know I've been harping on them, and I know this has been like a list of bad. There is a list of really good things I plan on doing, what I think they should carry over into Madden 21, and what I think they should also incorporate. That will be coming soon. So, there's a train in the background. Neat. That's really annoying. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a quick announcement, though, is that I do like everything to do with when you're not playing. I feel like the cards, how fast they've been coming out, I feel like they've been coming out at a good pace. They didn't make cards so overpowered all at one time. I do find it annoying that people that pay a bunch of money can just become so much better, but it's a business, guys, so I do understand that. And I liked how the auction houses ran. I like everything about that. I like the graphics. The graphics are looking really good. Everything's looking clean. I like the promos. Some of them do have kind of annoying stuff to them. And I like that there are some methods that allow you to make money and they don't patch them. So yeah, guys, that's all I got for today. If there is anything that you agree with or think I should have added in, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. And if I'm going to probably make a list of things I believe they should incorporate into Madden 21 or that they should carry over from this game or what they should use from the past. So go ahead and check that video out, guys. It's not made yet. That will be made in the future. So please, if you guys did like the content, like and subscribe. And peace out. Thanks for watching.